Bullets are quickly becoming one of a writer's favorite tools, and with good reason, readers love them. When we read written material that includes bullets, we're able to learn quickly. We can scan and pick up information on the go. Bullets also reduce the possibility for confusion because they list everything out so clearly. So let's talk today about how we can use bullets in our business writing, in our academic writing. Heck, I even use bullets in my emails to give people lists that are easy to get through visually. In this video, you will find out how to use bullets correctly, and at the end, I'll share a 5-second trick you can use anytime you've written a bullet to make sure that you've done it right. Let's get started. Writing bullets that are clear and easy for your reader only requires 3 things. First, we need a lead-in sentence that sets the situation up, gets the reader ready for the bullets. Basically, the point of the lead-in sentence is, hey, here comes some bullets, right? I could say something like, when we go camping, please bring. You're already kind of like, all right, tent, food, that kind of thing. We see a couple examples here. Before Tuesday's meeting, please. And then it follows with actions. In this meeting, will. And then it follows with some actions too. Okay, so that's number 1, your lead-in sentence. Secondly, we need bullets that match grammatically. They need to just all be the same thing. You can have a list of bullets that are all verbs, all nouns, all full sentences, all adjectives. It doesn't matter. What matters is that they're the same as one another, so they don't disturb the writer's fluidity of reading. And so we see here in the green, these are all verbs. They all match. And in a moment, we'll see a little more about how to make sure they match and even go into different forms of grammar as well to make sure your bullets are correct. Third thing is just punctuation. Now, I'll confess personally, when I use bullets, I feel like the bullet itself suggests to the reader, hey, this is a list. And so I do not put commas at the end. I do have some clients, though, who put a comma or a semicolon at the end of each bullet. Only do that if it's in your style guide. Otherwise, they don't need punctuation unless they are a full sentence, or I'll put one on the last one to show that I've concluded those sentences. So what does it really mean to make sure your bullets match? And this is probably the most complex of the steps. The most important one to pay attention to. Again, your bullets can be any form of speech, nouns, verbs, whatever, as long as they match each other. So here we see a few different versions. The first one is nouns. For the party, please bring a story, drinks, a shareable dish. All items. And you can hear it in the lead-in. Please bring. You're thinking about items already. So that's another way bullets are helpful for a reader because the lead-in sets them up, it gets them thinking, and then they learn from your list really easily. The second one has verbs, and you'll notice I also used numbers there. Before the session, let's prepare for questions, make last-minute edits. You can use numbers in place of bullets when one of two things are true. Either those items must be performed in that order, which is what I'm suggesting in this case, or using numbers will suggest a rank as if some are more important than others. So do not use numbers if there is not an order or a rank. Just use regular bullets, because the numbers will suggest that to your reader. But what if you're using regular bullets? Maybe you've got like 5 bullets a couple different times in a document and you're taking it into a meeting for a discussion. What's going to happen when people want to discuss a bullet? They're going to say, I'd like to talk about the 1, 2, 3, 4th bullet. In those cases, I label them A, B, C, D, just so it's easier to discuss. I'd like to comment on bullet C. It makes we can all get on the same page. And so keep in mind, you do have letters available. They do not suggest an order like numbers, but they can help you differentiate among bullets for discussion. Let's talk a little more about that. Here we see in the bottom, I've chosen to use numbers when exiting the building. Ensure you log off, turn off your desktop, dim the lights, lock the doors, right? We're not going to lock the doors first, or we can't do the other 3. So the order is needed there. I probably could have put it in bullets and let people figure out the order that worked for them, right? But the key point here is that Numbers, letters, and regular bullets do not always suggest the same thing to your reader. So just make sure if you're using numbers, you have one of those two reasons, order or rank. Otherwise, avoid numbers. All right, a couple more quick troubleshooting ideas, and then we'll get into that 5-second bullet check. If you have too many bullets, what can you do? Now, I think readers get a little over it with bullets when we go past 5. You don't really want to have 11 bullets in a row and expect people to be able to read through them and talk about them. If you have 11 bullets to talk about, what you can do is create categories. So we could say something like, we're planning an event. The day before the event, we will need 5 bullets. The morning of the event, we're looking for help with 5 bullets, rather than putting all 10 bullets somewhere together. That would be hard for the reader. Secondly, if you're unsure on punctuation, like I said, I don't use punctuation except on the last bullet, unless each bullet is a full sentence or a full question. Some businesses have a style guide, a list of instructions basically for how to write in their matching style, and they may want you to use commas or punctuation, or commas or semicolons at the end. If that's what your style guide says to do, that's what you need to do. Can't make your bullets match if you're running into that and the grammar is off. You may need to switch. Maybe you're writing with all verbs and you're saying these are all the things we're going to do, and then you realize you actually have to say a noun, like there will be a speech. You might have to shift your bullets, start over, start with nouns, start with order of events, right? It's okay to change it up because getting that grammar to match is crucial. That's where the reader's brain will follow you, and that's what we're about to see how to check in this final step. So 5 seconds is really enough to check if you've used a bullet correctly, because guess what? It comes down to one thing. Can any of your bullets fill in the lead-in and make a complete sentence? So the goal here is that our lead-in sentence and every single bullet, any of those bullets, will complete the lead-in sentence. I'm going to read all of these. They're all different grammar, but notice they match within the lists. And I'll just read the second one so we can hear that. For the trip, please bring hiking gear. When presenting, we'll take questions. When using the new graphics, avoid color changes. That's your test. Literally read your bullet after the lead-in. If it sounds like a sentence, you did your bullet right. Okay, let me know what questions you have. There may be other areas of bullets I haven't covered. Let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for being here at the channel. I'll see you really soon.